Hello and welcome to Penn Tarot. Thank you for clicking on the video and joining me for tonight's reading. We're doing an all signs and we're asking the cards for a message as we go into the week. And with that being said, we're going to start with Aries, work our way through to Pisces, and the timestamps will be in the comment section. Let's get started with Aries. Aries, what message do the cards have for you tonight? What message do the cards have for our Aries collective? What message do the cards have for our Aries collective? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. This is looking like self-recovery. Aries, currently I see a situation where you feel that what you've given was wasted. I see that you're dealing with somebody that is closed off. They're isolating themselves. They may not be in a good space, but nonetheless, it is an outcome that was not expected. And you may be playing that you don't care, or Queen of Cups in your shadow. You need to work on your strategy on how you go forward. There is a sense of resentment towards the situation. But I do see you coming out on top, and that's why I say it's a journey of self-recovery. Things out of your hand are out of your hands when it comes to the other person. You can only be responsible for yourself. But I do see you in a single energy, and I do see you working on your environment and coming out on top. So if currently you're really feeling that you have been left with nothing, that you've given a lot of yourself for nothing in return, you're going to get yourself back into a strong position when you develop a strategy on how you can look after yourself. I see somebody who doesn't want to be alone but has been perhaps abandoned, and left to your own devices. But at the same time, I don't see this as anything that you've done. I don't see this as being something intentional. I see that there is a person you're dealing with that is going through their own struggles. They don't see a way out with the Eight of Swords. You're going to come up with a strategy to protect yourself, to look after yourself, and that is your best way forward. You're not responsible for other people's decisions, but what you can do is you can pick up the pieces again. It's within your reach and your environment to do so, but you need to make that decision to do it and for yourself. And if you do that, you have a good outcome. So come up with a strategy to improve your environment for yourself. Because your only option is to look at your way forward and how to build your way up, because the person that you're dealing with is very closed off. They may still come around. Let's take a clarifying card for the Eight of... okay, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I don't see them changing in a hurry. They're stuck. They're stuck and they haven't learned any lessons, but you have, because you've been so robbed. But you are working on a strategy and you are making good decisions coming in the future. So don't get too hung up on the past. Allow this person to come towards you when they're ready to explain themselves. But in the meantime, I see you getting yourself back on track. And so, Aries, that is the message I have for you. And we're going to move on to Taurus. And we have a nice King of Pentacles to start off your read. Even if it is in the shadow, it's still making an appearance. Taurus. What message do the cards have for you as we go into the new week? Just a quick message for Taurus. Whoops. Clumsy tonight. What message do the cards have for our Taurus collective? It's too many. Seven of Wands. In reverse. Okay, Taurus. Somebody has got under your skin. Taurus, I'm getting the feeling that you're dealing with somebody that is not committed, and it's leaving you feeling humiliated. Why is that? I think this is a situation where you you are wanting somebody to settle down with you. And this person is in a night energy, which means they're not particularly wanting to slow down in any sense. And I see that is leaving you feeling quite stressed, but mostly you're feeling embarrassed because they might have made promises to you, you might have spoken to other people about it, and yet they aren't showing up the way you want them to show up. So I wanted clarity about the Nine of Swords is the outcome. What I'm seeing is you want the stability, you want to come together, you want to be on the same page as this person, and you're not getting that from them. This could be a Gemini that you're dealing with. But there's a promise of another opportunity. There is a promise, and it's looking like a second chance because of the Five of Cups in reverse. This, to me, is showing a new opportunity, but with the Five of Cups, it's showing a second time round opportunity. With your outcome being the Nine of Swords, you need to try and ease some of the tension, because even if you do get a second chance, there's way too much anxiety attached to the connection. And when what you resist persists. So what I'm seeing the message for you, Taurus, is that there's a chance of a second chance here. but there's a lot of swords energy involved. So there needs to be a release of this mental tension so that you can allow more free flow. Because as I say, if you do have a chance at a second chance here at trying again at some kind of reconciliation here, what are the chances of it working if there's so much tension and so much forced energy? Relax a little on the timing. It doesn't have to be right now, and it doesn't have to be personal if you don't make it personal. If you do want to have a second chance with somebody, there's got to be, say, a more forgiving and open energy, less control, less doubt and anxiety and worry, if it has a chance of growing and being nurtured. That is the message I have for you, Taurus. And we're moving on to Gemini. I don't know what's happened to my Gemini card here. Oh, yeah, this Gemini. Check my microphone. And we have the Empress and the Three of Swords as we go into the reading. Definitely a theme of rebuilding and recovery tonight. Gemini, as we go into the week ahead, what message do the cards have for you? What message do the cards have for our Gemini collective? We'll take that Queen of Pentacles energy for you, Gemini. Somebody on a mission. There's that Empress again, in the shadow. Gemini, you're going to go back to the drawing board. You're working hard. You're in the Queen of Pentacles energy, and that is a beautiful energy. This is somebody that has all their ducks in a row. They're very organized. It's very much a Virgo energy for me. That's how I see the Queen of Pentacles. You work hard, you provide for your family, you have a plan. Things are good because you make them good. Not everybody might be on the same page as you with the Four of Wands in reverse. However, it's still the Four of Wands. Reverse or upright, the Four of Wands is not anything to turn your nose up at. The Four of Wands in reverse is still a good card, but there can be a sense too of the gilded cage, that somebody may be feeling a little trapped, a little bit of cabin fever. So you might be working hard, providing, but still sensing some kind of restlessness with your person or people that you live with. Don't let that stunt your vision for yourself. Don't let it cause you to doubt your abilities and your plan and what you're building. But you're going to go back to the drawing board and you're going to try and see what you can do to bring that harmony back into your household. You see it as your responsibility to fix. It's like, no matter the gender, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So it's like, you want to make mama happy again. You may be the one that's feeling a bit trapped. This isn't a bad energy. I'm just sensing that there might be a lack of communication. And that's what you may have to revise and look at is, are you communicating with your person? Are they communicating with you? Are you speaking to be... Are you listening to have an answer, or are you listening to understand, and vice versa? But I don't really think there's anything to be concerned about. And you're going to look into it and you're going to get the answers. Let's clarify the Knight of... Yeah, it's definitely a conversation is needed here to get onto the same page. There's a lesson in this. This I see as something that you may be thinking, I've been through this before, I've seen all the signs before, and what did you learn from that situation before? Use that to bring unity into this situation again. I feel like there's the only problems are really the ones you create. And when I say you, I mean people in general. Because there's very good energy here. There doesn't seem to be anything to be worried about, and yet there is this niggling sense that someone is troubled. So open the communications, open the understanding up, and I think you'll see that you're on the same page. Look back at things that have happened in the past that stands out to you as a similar situation, and learn from it and turn what's upside down the right way in this situation, because I don't really see any problems here. More so in the mind. And with that being said, we're moving on to Cancer. Cancer. What messages do the cards have for you as we go into the new week? This is a nice Cancer energy here. Well, there's no Scorpio, but still. There's Cancer. Okay. Cancer, you are being reminded of the past. Somebody looks like they're coming in towards you. Maybe somebody long distance, but I just get the sense with the Six of Cups that this is somebody that you haven't seen in a while, and they're making an effort to speak to you, and so now you're feeling a little bit stuck in the past, reminded of the past. But you are finding it difficult to open up to this person. I don't see you changing that. What I do see here is that you're choosing to keep this person at a distance, like you're not giving them access to you. But I also see that that's not what you want. So you're fighting against yourself to create a distance, or being closed off to this person is not something that's coming naturally. But I do sense that you're feeling so hurt that you don't want to open up to them. But that's not going to bring you what you want, Cancer. You may be dealing with Gemini or Taurus. Was that Taurus reading? Gemini reading now. Pulling out all the Gemini reading cards now. Strong Virgo energy, strong Leo energy, strong Cancer energy, Gemini, Scorpio, Virgo energy, and Aquarius. I can see that by closing yourself off to this person, you're not going to get the outcome you want. The cards are urging you that you need to stand up for yourself and say, let your yes be yes and your no be no. If you want something, say it. Say, yes, I want this. If you don't, then say no and move on. But don't leave yourself in limbo, closing yourself off, hoping that the person will say work harder to move towards you. They do look determined. They are moving in your direction. And if you want them in your life, you need to open up, because if you keep yourself closed off, if you don't express yourself, I see you not getting what you want. And with the Queen of Pentacles here, you know what you want. And this is an opportunity for you to grow as a person, to be honest with yourself. And that is the message I have for the Cancer Collective tonight. And we are moving on to Leo. Leo. What message do the cards have for you as we go into the new week? What message do the cards have for our Leo collective? What messages do the cards have for our Leo collective? Quite determined, Leo. Quite determined, but in no hurry. So all the cards we just had for come out for Cancer there at the end, the clarifying cards. Okay, Leo. Leo, if you want reason to celebrate, then you have to be real with yourself. What I'm seeing here is that people in your circle are not how do I put it? They're not coming to the party. And I see you plodding along with your plans and your future, your investments, where you put your energy, what makes you tick, what makes your world go round, your job, or what you work on. You're going about it. You have a plan. You're sticking to it, and it's kind of in the initial stages. This is a building stage. This is kind of laying the foundations and learning still, but still moving in a good direction. And that's why I'm seeing it as work-related. But then the people around you are not in the same mind frame as you. They perhaps not giving you the support that you need. There's a bit of a selfish energy from the people that are around you. Maybe it's that you're looking for not that you have expectations, but you're just kind of looking for some kind of feedback and you're getting nothing. And so that's when this Hermit energy comes into play, because this is where you're really going to learn who you really are and how much potential you have that does not rely on anybody else's opinion. I see this as something that you have to go through kind of alone, and yet there's a sense of being misunderstood or not seen. However, you're realizing that by worrying about what the others are doing, whether they showing up for you or not, you're realizing that that shouldn't have any effect on who you are and what you're busy with. And that's what you're learning right now, is that it's nice to have people on your side, but really when it comes down to it, you don't need them. And you're learning that powerful shift. And that is what's going to really bring you a lot of success, a lot of enjoyment, and the right environment to enjoy it in. That there are no expectations on anyone else. And that really does improve our interactions with the people we care about. When we're not expecting them to carry us emotionally, or it's more of an emotional sort of support. It's very freeing when you realize that you can do it without them, and then it actually can make some relationships stronger. But I see you heading for a very good place, Leo. Maybe even some really good collaborations coming out with the Three of Cups. But I see that more as just a lot of success, reason to celebrate. Moving on to Virgo. Virgo. As we head into the weekend, I'm sorry, as we leave the weekend and head out to the new week, that waving cars got me distracted there. And we're asking the cards, what message do they have for you as we start the new week? What messages do the cards have for our Virgo collective? The Ace of Cups. That's an interesting card for you, Virgo. A lot of emotion. A lot of new emotion. Wow, we've got the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords showing up a lot tonight. And a couple of months, or not a month or two ago, they were in a lot of reads then as well. Virgo, you're in this very loving new frame of mind. And I see you're struggling with things that, decisions that were made in the past. There's a lot of confusion here, and I think there is somebody that's putting you under quite a lot of pressure. And it's making you question how you got into this situation. Like you're going and you're looking, you're going a lot into the past. But it, there seems to be a lot of understanding from you. Sure. But you lived in the Eight of Swords energy for the outcome. And so I really, I don't quite understand why you can be in the Ace of Cups energy and still be struggling with the past. Ace of Wands at the bottom. There is some kind of mind game. Virgo, there is somebody that's putting you under a lot of pressure. They pressing you for some kind of, they have some kind of expectation on you. And I see that it's left you very confused and questioning choices you've made in the past. I see you getting very stuck in the mindset of you can't do this on your own, but you don't like the way this person is going about their actions towards you. You're waiting for them to change. And by saying change, you are wanting them to change their approach. When I clarified the Eight of Swords, we got the Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. I see that this unwanted outcome, this unwanted pressure, this waiting on this person to change, in this time that you've been isolating yourself, you are building a plan in your head for a far better outcome. You are planning, but there's a different attitude towards it. There's a Pentacles approach over a Cups approach. It's almost like there's a shift, and it's really dependent on you to make that shift. Because of the Eight of Swords energy, it is you that needs to take action. And so what I'm seeing here is there's an aha moment coming for you when your perspective shifts. When you feel that you are being put under pressure, you're going to withdraw. That is certain. You're going to withdraw. Might be a difficult phase for you. But in that time, that is when your perspective shifts and you come up with a better plan for yourself. This is a working plan. This is a long-term, good investment. This is where there's the promise of the whole package, very luxurious living, but it is through your movements, your actions, your choices, your good decisions, and the timing when you actually make your move. For now, you look a little bit stuck, but while you're in that stuck place, you are going to have a shift in perspective. So the cards are saying, don't focus on the past. Don't look at your past decisions and feel like you've messed up. You're not capable. You're more than capable. And the timing is coming when you will know that it's your ship has come in moment. But first it has to go a little dark. First you will find yourself isolating, and then that's when you need to reassure yourself that this is like more of a cocoon time. This is a preparation time. This is a time to use all your skills in your good decision making and make use of that opportune time, that shift that you see, and that opportunity that you build for yourself, because it's going to bring in long-term security and investment and luxury, the good life. But unfortunately, it is going to be a little dark at first. That was a long one, Virgo, but we got through it. On to Libra. Libra. What message do the cards have for our Libra collective as we go into the new week? What message the cards have for our Libra collective? Oh, too many. There is temporary relief promised though. If you are struggling with something, there's going to be a sense of relief. Give you breathing space. Time to work on a new strategy. Sort of a break from the storm. Libra, you're quite determined. You're quite determined, Libra. Wow, this Knight of Swords keeps coming out in this external position. Okay. A lot of major arcana here. The Chariot, the Hierophant, Death. Libra, it's like you've made up your mind to end something. You are so determined. You are not allowing any distractions. And there's somebody that is like, they're really trying to get your attention here. You could be dealing with a Cancer, a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, a Taurus or Scorpio. I do see that this situation that you're dealing with why are you fighting it so hard? It's like there's strong Libran energy here with trying to find the balance. See if my microphone's on. Trying to find the balance here. Like, do I turn left? Do I turn right? And there seems to be like this urge to just go this, you know, the straight and narrow path. But you're definitely determined to go your own way, which is quite nice. It's quite nice for a Libra to not be looking for the middle ground, to sort of find the balance. You're very determined here to go your own way, but there is a lot of pull to I think I need to start this one again. It's like you're very determined, but there's still that that Libran pull. Here in the Chariot card, we have the two Sphinxes, and they're not in agreement about direction. And then here with the Hierophant, we have the two people that the Pope is ministering to there. So I'm seeing that as very, very relevant energy. Like there is a choice, and Libra, you do seem to be choosing yourself, but it's not easy for you. With the Hierophant being in the shadow, it's like I'm getting the sense that it's like you're denying yourself something that you want. It's like you're denying your right to your place of belonging. and you're bringing in this decision to end it. That ending is, that is a place of limbo. That is a place of, it's the space between the old and the new. It's leaving the established into a place of quiet recovery and then starting again. That is the Death card clarified, and it's telling me that you're making a decision to leave something that is closed cycle there that was long-term planning, long-term investments, good investments, and you're leaving that behind and you want to start again, and that's what's coming. And I get the feeling like, be careful of what you wish for. Like, here I'm seeing, yes, you can do it, but is it what you really want? And that is the message I have for you, Libra. It's kind of like, don't allow pride to get in your way. Maybe you dealt with some disloyalty and right now you can't see past that. It's kind of making you feel forced to choose. But be careful before you regret it. That is the message I have for you, Libra. And we're moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio. What message do the cards have for our Scorpio collective as we go into the new week? You're looking ahead, Scorpio. You're looking into the future. You are looking for a new way forward. Wow. These cards have come out so much tonight. It's not always easy to see the lesson, and it's not always easy to accept the lesson. And I see a struggle with that currently. I see that you're looking for a bright new future, and the energy attached to you is not looking so bright. They are distant. They are unable to communicate. They are feeling isolated. They are feeling like they got the raw end of the deal. But what you're starting to realize is that that is by their own choice. And you are taking matters into your own hands. It's like you're looking out and you're saying, I want to take advantage of this beautiful day. Like, The sun is shining. It's a brand new golden day. I mean, it's like you're seeing things. The cup runneth over. Never mind, the cup is half full. The cup overfloweth here with golden rays and golden water. It's very promising, saying you are taking action now towards your future investments, your not just what brings in the money, but what makes you feel alive, what you are passionate about. And you're really wrestling with this whole seeing things for what they are and learning from the past and wanting to do things differently. It's really pulling at you, and it probably feels very heavy, but in the same time you're showing up so strong and so positive and so successful and synchronized. You know, this is all about the right timing, and the timing is now, and it's in your very current energy. Your outcome here is navigating what it takes to build this new life, this new way of making your income, your livelihood. This is what are the steps that I need to take to calm the waters? This is a lot of communications, networking, planning, but for yourself. This is, what do I need to do to make myself known? But not in a like, oh, I need to get famous known, but like where is my how do I utilize my strengths to propel myself forward? Twos are all about choices, but the Two of Pentacles is somebody that is very focused on their business, what they're doing, how they're doing it, the planning and the setting up for success, for building. So I do see you looking at life in a very positive way, although there is this heaviness of how you got there. Like how you got to this point of seeing a brighter future for yourself. And now in the future you've got the work of actually going about it. So it is a 3 to a 2, but it's still a lot of action behind the decision. It doesn't mean that everything is just easy and smooth sailing here. This is going to take effort and work on your behalf, but you see why it is worthwhile. And that is the message I have for you, Scorpio. We've got some Aries energy with the wands. We have Gemini energy, Aquarius energy, and some Capricorn energy. Scorpio, you've been getting a lot of Capricorn energy. And that is the message I have for you. You're doing well, Scorpio, even though you're dealing with a lot of heavy stuff. It's like you're recognizing the lesson and now you're coming up with a plan going forward. Moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. What message the cards have for our Sagittarius collective? Wow, Saggy, your notorious energy in reverse. Going through some challenges. You're going through some challenges here, some difficulties. It's slowing your pace down. It's kind of, you're feeling like robbed of your joy currently. Like there are too many problems hindering your gallop. The wet blanket to the fire. It just might be what somebody comes to you with their truth and it triggers you. They want to express how they're feeling, whatever it is, and that triggers you. But I see you trying your best to work with this person, but at the same time, there's a warning of don't play any games. Like, be honest, be upfront. They're being honest and upfront. So the least you can do is be honest and upfront. And if you overcome those tendencies to not speak your truth, to kind of play games, if you overcome that desire to say, put yourself in a false sense of security, say, like, I'm stronger than that, I'm bigger than that. If you overcome that need, you're going to be sitting pretty. Your outcome is a complete turnaround from disarray to complete order. Your outcome is the Nine of Pentacles. This is the moment before the breakthrough, like the moment before everything falls into place. And it's requiring you to be honest, but not just honest with yourself, honest with others, even if you're not feeling. You can be vulnerable, even if you're feeling like you're facing too many challenges, or you've got too many disruptions in your life. You need to be honest with yourself and others. And that is a sound choice for you. It's gonna bring you the wanted outcome. That peak. Before the big win. Like, you are in heightened energy now to achieve what you want. But it's going to require you to show up and show up honestly. no games. And that's the message I have for you, Sagittarius. It's not an ugly one. It's like the understanding that you're trying to protect yourself, but if you play games to protect yourself, you're going to have the opposite outcome. But if you're honest and you meet your people or person at that level that they want to approach you on, you're going to have a very good outcome. And that is the message I have for you, Sagittarius. We are moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, as we go into the new week, what message do the cards have for you? What messages do the cards have for our Capricorn collective? Capricorn, this is showing up so much tonight. Capricorn, you are feeling that you've met somebody that you're just same page on. They might be holding back a little, but that's not deterring you. You have feelings for this person, and you feel strongly that they feel the same way about you. It's just that they're not expressing themselves, they're closed off. You're seeing this as you're struggling because you maybe feel that you don't match them on a deeper level. You might feel like you don't have the same experiences as them. Like maybe they live this fantastic life and you don't feel like you match up to them. I see that there is a future here, but this is slow building. This is something you're going to have to be patient with. And Capricorn, you're not always the most patient person. And the cards are warning you that you mustn't see this as something personal. This is just going to go slower than what you want. You do need to overcome that subconscious fear that you don't match up to them. Because right now it's showing that you do match well. You're on the same page. There's definitely a potential for that union, but it's going to take time. And that is because your person is a little stuck. Why? Why is this external energy Taurus, Libra, Cancer energy, Gemini, Cancer, Taurus, Capricorn energy here. Definitely I'm seeing here two people moving at a different pace. You do match energy. It's just that you are unique, and you maybe come from different. You definitely have different experiences. But there's such a beautiful energy here. One person is quietly building and has a long-term plan for something really beautiful. And that's what they do want to participate in. And the other person they see this as being like the ultimate goal, the ultimate victory, and they want it now. And so that's where I'm seeing like a difference. The difference is that the movement. One is prepared to do it slowly and quietly, and the other one wants to go about it bold and loud and fast. And the outcome is slow. It's a slow investment. It's a cautious investment, but there is a lot of promise. So Capricorn, what I am really suggesting to you is that I think it's you that wants this faster. Slow down and allow it to happen naturally. And don't think it's because, don't overthink it. There's a good match here. Yes, you're different. Yes, you come from different experiences, but there's still a beautiful union that could be. Just don't rush it and don't jump to conclusions, and speak openly. You know, if you can't speak openly, then there is really no chance of the future if you cannot be honest with one another. Not forceful. Just understand you don't have to rush. Be a little patient. Aquarius. Aquarius, what message do cards have for you as we go into the new week? Whoa. Okay, we had a lot of Sagittarius energy there because I think the Nine of Wands also wanted to come out. So, we have you in the Queen of Wands energy. It's nice to see the Empress coming out so much. Wow. Two major arcana. Major arcana, Empress and the Lovers, very, very nice major arcanas to get. Aquarius, you're looking good. You are attracting a lot of attention, and attention from the right person. There's somebody that they have their eye on you. They've got plans for your future. They are a really good catch. Could be Taurus or Libra energy. We have Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. We have Cups energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then we have Gemini with Lovers. Aquarius, you are aware of this. It's this connection. This isn't something you're not aware of, but you are questioning whether you can be in this relationship and commit yourself and be prepared to be monogamous. It's like you're feeling so good that you're wondering, should you tie yourself down to one person? That's entirely your decision. But this looks like a very good opportunity that if you question it a little bit too much, you may lose out on something really good in your life. But it's requiring you to be committed. It's requiring you to be honest. And can you do it? Your outcome is the promise of beautiful coming together, a harmonious coming together. This could even be a marriage proposal. This is a serious level of commitment. And the choice is yours. But it does require you to be committed. You to be honest with your feelings and intentions. If it is something that you want, you might have to put your, say, more free ways aside. But it is worthwhile. It promises to be a very abundant connection. It promises to be something very unique and very special, soulmate level. So, Aquarius, can you do it? Can you commit? Because it requires you to give up your supposed freedom. And that is the message I have for you, Aquarius. And we are moving on to Pisces. Pisces. What message do the cards have for you as we go into the new week? What card is that upside down? Three of Swords. I'm going to take another card for you. Another significant card, but I'm wondering, are you feeling heart sore, Pisces? You're very capable at the moment. You're very capable of determining your outcome. There is heartache. There's somebody from the past, somebody that you have long standing with. Here's Pisces energy at the bottom of the deck again. But this is your shadow here. Pisces, it's like you're pushing hard to show up, to make things happen, to do your wonderful thing that you do. You're working hard to show up because beneath that, you're hurting, but you're still showing up. You're still capable. I see this as putting on a brave face, a very brave face, and there's somebody that's thinking of you too, and's missing you. And here you are, things are so good, but still, I'm getting a sense that the heartache is just too much, that it kind of feels like you're in the gilded cage. Like, why shouldn't I be happy? Why? What do I have to be sad about? Why would I feel sad? But I do. I have every reason to be happy. So why do I feel the sadness? Because there's somebody in the past that you're thinking of. You see here, you see there, that person is leaving. This is like the abandonment issue kind of thing, but I don't see it as abandonment issue. I just see it as heartache. I see you missing somebody, but yet you're still showing up every day. And maybe this is purely just a reminder of who you are. We have the Magician and the High Priestess here. There's definitely a sense of putting a brave face forward, but inside there's a struggle. Inside you're keeping things to yourself because you're feeling a lot of pain. There's like a reunion wanted here. The three, the 6. Let's take one more card. Let's see here. Okay, more Pisces energy. Let's take one more card. Okay, the Hermit. Pisces. This is going to take time to see the results. This is going to take time, but they're worthwhile. You are heading for a very prosperous time, and part of that is there's fortune favoring you, sure, but I'm seeing it like a reward for showing up, for working on yourself. There's mastery in this time. I know it's not much consolation. There's no like, yay, there's a happy ending. But what I'm seeing here is really, it's true strength of character, and you're mastering the situation, and through that mastery, you're bringing a lot of good things into your life. It's like the sacrifices that you made caused you a lot of heartache, but in that, there's a shift to a new level. There's fortune on your side. There's a perspective you're going to gain that, and once you gain that, you're going to feel like you can make anything possible. This is where you become somebody that others look to as the one with all the answers, the one with the know-how, the one that leads the way. Wish fulfillment. I see wish fulfillment here because of your sacrifices. And that is the message I have for you, Pisces. if it's for you, it'll make sense. And I think it's a message of encouragement, saying it's worthwhile. The struggle is worthwhile, Pisces. And that is the message I have for everybody. If you're still here, or if you joined me for the outro, I would like to apologize for having gone AWOL the last, apparently 12 days. Boy, has it gone quick. I have really been bogged down with work and family responsibilities, and then I'm just not in the right frame of mind to do a reading. And not to make any excuses, but we've had a problem with our water supply for this week, this whole past week. Since Monday, we haven't had a water supply, so we've had to bring in all our water for washing and just general household chores and cleanliness, and then obviously drinking water we buy. So it's just been a difficult time lately, but I have missed you, my collective, the Penn Tarot community. So I just thank you for your patience, and I thank you for coming back tonight, and I hope to be back soon. And until then, thank you for joining me, and stay blessed.